Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley, and I am here today with our Week 4 game for the UBLN. So we are playing Masked Aura in the Wichita Beedrills, and he has a pretty nice little team. He took over this team. It's been switched up probably 7 times. This team has been really tossed around, so it's a very strange team. He's got Mew, which is one of his Z-Mons, Gudra, Tornadus Eye, Politoed, Skeptile, Granbull, Kingdra, Magnezone, Hitmonlee, Chandelure, and Mega Swampert. So he's got himself a little semi-rain team going on. So I'm going to tell you what we brought to prep. First off, we brought our Mega Lopunny with Substitute, Thunder Punch, High Jump Kick, and Return. So everything on his team, we can 2-hit KO if we outspeed it. So that's why I brought the Substitute. All these different things like Granbull, Skeptile, Politoed, Gudra, Mew, Mega Swampert. Well, not Mega Swampert because it'll be super fast, but all these other Pokemon we can 2-hit KO from behind a sub, and as long as they're not Choice Scarf, we will be able to do some pretty solid damage. So that's a nice little set. Obviously, I brought Thunder Punch to take care of Tornadus, Politoed. I think one more. No, I think that's it. I could have brought Ice Punch to hit Skeptile, but I just didn't think he would bring it, so I decided Thunder Punch would be a lot better option. We have, oh, sorry, I about clicked on it on OBS instead of over here. We have Norm the Gengar that has Titanium Z with Cursed Body, because that's what it has to have. Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Energy Ball, and Focus Blast. Now, Focus Blast, I brought Titanium Z just because we don't fuck with missing Focus Blast, man. We're gonna hit this Magnezone because I know he brings Magnezone. He has to bring Magnezone. I think it matches up very well against my team. So, obviously, I didn't want to choice Gengar this week because his team is too varied. It does good work without being choiced. It outspeeds almost everything on his team, except for Tornadus Eye, I'm fairly certain. I mean, obviously, once he gets the rain up, they'll outspeed. But as long as I can get in around before the rain comes up, we're straight. We're absolutely straight. And I think all these different coverage moves are going to be good to take it out. We're running enough speed to outspeed something. I cannot remember. Possibly a modest Chandelure, or I don't know. I basically I EV'd to outspeed everything on his team except for Tornadus Eye. So I think I might have EV'd to outspeed base 100s. I can't remember. This battle was a couple days ago. I'm sorry, guys. We also have Sowoke the Gastrodon. Got 3 eyes, that's why I call him Sowoke. Yes, Rindo Berry, because I feel like he knows that this is going to be my main wall to his rain team. I mean, if you're facing a rain team, you have Gastrodon, you don't bring it. I don't know what to tell you, man. that's no good. As a Rindo Berry with Storm Drain, because we want to suck up all those juicy waterfalls. Recover, Earth Power, Toxic, and HP Grass. So if he decides to stay in with this Mega Swampert, or if he decides to switch Mega Swampert in on Gastrodon and I have enough health to take an Earthquake, which should be it should only do about 40% to me, I'll be able to fire off a Hidden Power Grass and Oko the Mega Swampert. It will Oko, which is crazy. That thing is cannot take a Hidden Power Grass. So we also have Toxic to wear down on some of these other Pokemon he has, like Mew, Gudra, Politoed, you know, the main threads. Next up, we have Sin Noodles. This is the Tan Growth. So I like Sin Noodles a lot. It's a fun little name. This is an Assault Vest Regenerator with 200 in special defense, because this is my Kingdra counter. This is what I'll be switching into Kingdra. I think a Power Whip will 2-hit KO a non-HP invested Kingdra. And because I do have some pretty fast mons like Mega Lopunny, he will have to run significant speed investment to outspeed Mega Lopunny even in the rain. So I'm fairly confident in being able to run Power Whip with no attack and 2-hit KO the Kingdra. Poison Jab for the Granbull, Rock Slide for the Tornadus Eye, and Knock Off for literally everything. I don't want any items out here. We don't play those games. 56 in defense because I don't really care. Caliwally, Ninetales, Alola. This is Light Clay, Snow Warning, Aura Veil, Freeze Dry, Moonblast, and Dark Pulse. Now, if you look at his team, and look at Freeze Dry. It hits Goodra, Tornadus, Politoed, Skeptile, Kingdra, and Mega Swampert, all for super effectively. Some of them for ×2, being Mega Swampert. That's insane. If I could have gotten away with running a Scarf and outspeeding Kingdra and Swampert in the rain, I would have done it and just ran Scarf Freeze Dry and swept this man's team with Ninetales, because with a modest nature, that'd have been insane. But even with a timid nature, we cannot outspeed in the rain. So we're just gonna outspeed all base 100s, running Aura Veil, obviously, to get the Veil up. Rain's very scary, but I really like our lasting power behind a Veil, especially the most important thing about Veil is throwing up the Veil and then walling out rain turns with Send Noodles and So Woke. Because if they can get behind a Veil, they can easily waste rain turns behind with Recover and just natural bulk. So also brought Dark Pulse just for the Mew. Freeze Dry and Moonblast does a lot, but I think all of them are a 3-hit KO. So I figured I could get them flinches. I decided to bring Dark Pulse. So finally we got Darmanitan, Choice Scarf Darmanitan. I forgot to nickname him this week. He has U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Yawn, and Stone Edge. Now the reason I brought Yawn is because I thought that if I was out in Darmanitan, like I had made like a double switch predicting, and he went into his Politoed, I could hit a Yawn, because from his point of view, I have to switch. There's no way Darmanitan stays in. Even if I go for Wild Charge, this is a free switch into Mega Swampert. So if I could Yawn on the turn that he goes into Mega Swampert, that would be lit. And I didn't really like Superpower in this match. He has Chandelure, he has Gramble, he has Tornadus, he has Mew, so like Superpower doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Yeah, it takes on Magnezone, but what's that Flare Blitz for, huh? Exactly. So I know he has a Rain team, but if we can get the Mega Swampert and stuff out of the way, this Darmanitan can do a fairly good job of cleaning. It can take down Mew, it can take down Goodra, it can take down Skeptile easily, Gramble, it can take down Magnezone, Hitmonlee, and possibly Chandelure if I can catch it with a Stone Edge. But anyway, that is the team for this week, and we'll go ahead and look at what he brought. So he ended up bringing Magnezone, Tornadus, Politoed, Mew, Gramble, and Mega Swampert. So I don't know where to lead here. I think I'm going to go ahead and lead Darmanitan, just because it gives me a free U-turn on pretty much anything. I'm gonna outspeed everything unless he is Scarf Tornadus, but I don't see why he would be Scarf Tornadus when a regular Tornadus is all he needs to take down Tangrowth, which is the main wall to his Rain. So we're just gonna hop in this bitch. I lead off Darmanitan as he leads Magnezone, so that's really good for me. I think he was predicting the Alolan Ninetales lead, so I'm gonna go ahead and U-turn here and do a clean 25% to this Politoed. So here I don't want any of his Rain Sweepers coming in yet. I'm just gonna go straight into my Alolan Ninetales and set up an Aura Veil. I'm fairly certain. Yes, I do. There we go. Switch up that weather. So really nice that we have weather for this game. I didn't talk about that in the team builder, but having hail to reset the rain is incredibly clutch. Ninetales can't really switch in on a whole lot, but it can switch in on Politoed, which is all it needs to be able to do. So here we're going to throw up the Veil, and I'm not taking any damage on this Ninetales. I did have HP Ground on it initially, but I decided to go against that in favor of Dark Pulse. Also, because I didn't feel like fucking around with the EVs. So I'm just going to go right here into Gastrodon. In case he wants to Volt Switch, I'll just wall this thing out, force him to Hard Switch. He is going to Flash Cannon, but as you're going to see, it's going to do literally 9%. So after Hail, it's going to put me down at 85, and it's made clear that I can wall this Magnezone very, very well, even though I'm fully physically defensive behind this Aura Veil. So here he's going to go right out into Mew, where we don't play these games, we just Earth Power. I don't care what he's trying to do, but I didn't feel like he'd be switching into Tornadus there. I felt like he'd be switching into something like Gramble or Politoed or anything like that. But we don't play these games either. I'm going to switch out into Tangrowth. I don't really know what this Mew wants to do. It has an insane coverage pool, so I'm just going to switch to Tangrowth, try and cover all my options, because I don't see him going for a fire type attack there. And you'll see that he sets up rocks, so not too great. I don't have any hazard control this week, so those rocks are up to stay. But if we can get our business done in a timely manner, they really shouldn't matter. So we're gonna knock off here. Knock off the Rocky Helmet, which is very nice, because as you can see, that is a resisted hit, but it's leading me to believe that this Gramble is pretty bulky. I'm going to switch right here into my Gastrodon, because it is going to do a little bit better job of walling, and he actually goes for the Toxic, which is really unfortunate. If I could have picked which one of my walls was Toxic, I definitely would have picked Tangrowth. I wish I would have gone for the Poison Jab there just to get some chip off. And here he's going to go right out into Tornadus, probably expecting me to Earth Power or something, but no, I anticipate a switch, and I'm going to switch right here into Darmanitan. I'm either going to get off a U-turn, or I am going to Flare Blitz, because right here this Tornadus cannot live. I know I'm faster. I'm just going to destroy it. Anything else besides the Magazone, I probably would have just U-turned on. Well, I'm sorry, I would have Flare Blitzed anything that wasn't a water type on this team. So if he did happen to go into Politoed there to try and reset the rain, I would have just U-turned. So here, I obviously don't want to take an Earthquake, and I can knock it out with Flare Blitz. So I'm just going to switch right out here into Sin Noodles. So he actually makes a good prediction on that and goes right for the Ice Punch. Does a clean 47% to me. So that's not too great. I don't like that. But for some reason, he actually just switches out here. He could have, unless he doesn't outspeed me, even though I definitely think he should outspeed me, I'm just going to go right here for the Power Whip, obviously anticipating that he might stay in and go for another Ice Punch. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm about to sack this Tangrowth to take out this Granbull. This Granbull is a serious problem, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. He's going to play rough me. That's going to do 30.9%. Poison Jab again. It leaves him on 6, but we get the lucky Poison. Uh-oh. Whoa, sorry. Some music just started playing in my headphones. That scared me, but it's got a good atmosphere for the game. It's very triumphant. It's very intense, I should say. Not as much triumphant, but very intense. So we are going to knock out the Granbull there with the Poison. Expert plays. We definitely did that on purpose. We're going to go right here into Norm the Gengar as he goes into Politoed. So now I know Energy Ball isn't going to kill here, but I have a funny feeling he's not going to scald me here either. So I'm just going to Energy Ball and bring it down to 20% as he fires off the Hidden Power. So I think he expected me to go Gastrodon there, and that is Hidden Power Grass. So that's a good bring on his part, but I don't fall for these games. I felt bold. I felt like he wasn't going to scald. So here I'm going to fire off a Shadow Ball just to do the remaining chip I need, and that's going to do 55%. I don't know what kind of roll that is. I don't want to fuck around with the roll. This probably is AV Magnezone. I am just going to lock this Z move in and put this Magnezone's dick in the dirt. Goodbye. It is gone. So that's fantastic. The Magnezone is out of the way. That helps a lot for Gengar, I guess, even though Gengar's the one that took it out. So now I obviously don't outspeed this Swampert. I am going to bounce. I go right here into my Gastrodon, and he is going to Earthquake and leave me on about 19% after Toxic. Oh, I'm sorry, way less. He's going to leave me on 12. Leftovers is going to bring me up a little bit, I think. No, I'm sorry, I forgot I'm Rindo Berry this week. So here I'm just going to sack off Gastrodon. I don't need it anymore. He has one turn of rain left anyway, so not a big deal. Actually, I'm sorry, he's Wet Rock. So he has 3 turns, but I'm just going to go right here into Caliwally, and after an Aura Veil, we live in. Like, there's nothing he can do to take us out after a Veil, so we're just going to throw that bitch up. I know I'm faster. If he switches back into Politoed, I outspeed again. I can switch and sack something off. So now, I've got the Veil up. This Mew isn't going to be able to get into any funny business. I am just going to Freeze Dry and take out the Mega Swampert ripped from the battlefield before it could finish its duties. So right here, he is going to go into Mew, and I am just going to fire off a Dark Pulse here. So that does a nice little chunk of change. We don't get the flinch, unfortunately, but as you can see, the Psyshock is going to leave us on 7% because of our Veil. So that's pretty disgusting. He gets back up to 51% with the leftovers and the hail damage and whatnot. So we're going to Dark Pulse again. And if he had flinched here, that we could have taken it and won the game with Ninetales, but unfortunately he does break through and get the side shock. Now basically we just get to pick whatever sweeper we want to go into to win this game. Megalop can outspeed and kill both. Gengar can outspeed and kill both. Darmanitan can outspeed and kill both. But we looked over at the bench, we called his number. Darmanitan is in the game, 4th quarter crunch time, and all he is going to do is click Flare Blitz. We're going to win this game 3-0 and snag our first dub in the W. I'm an idiot. The UBLN. I'm super hype about this. This was a good game. I was a little bit worried about the rain matchup, but with my Weather Setter and my Tangrowth and my Gastrodon, I felt like I could do it, and I did. I played this very much like some of my FDL games, where I kind of rode my defensive walls for the entire game and my support Pokemon, and then at the end just sent in the Scarfer to clean up. this does put us at 1-3 minus 5, and it puts the Beedrills at 1-3 minus 8. So really good game to Mass Aura. I'm super excited he's in the league. Not many people would be willing to come over and take up a team that's this interesting, but huge shouts to the fact that you did it, man. I really appreciate that. I know he streams on Twitch, so whatever, man. That's cool. I usually plug YouTube channels and shit, but I don't. Maybe I'll plug the Twitch channel if I can find it before I upload this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. We'll be coming at you with some other games. We have the WTF uploading this weekend. We have IBA next Monday. We have UBLN next Wednesday, I think. Hopefully that is the planned upload schedule. So be on the lookout for all those games, man. I hope y'all appreciate the videos. I put a lot of work into them, and I love doing them. So y'all like, comment, subscribe, all the bullshit, and I will see you guys next week.